We lounge beneath the pomegranates, palm trees, apple trees, under every lovely leafy thing, and walk among the vines, enjoy the splendid faces we will see in a lofty palace built of noble stones.
Over 1,000 years ago, the sun-washed land of southern Spain was home to Jews, Christians, and Muslims living together and flourishing. Their culture and beliefs intertwined, and the knowledge of the ancients was gathered and reborn. Here were the very seeds of the Renaissance. But this world too quickly vanished. Greed, fear, and intolerance swept it away. Puritanical judgments and absolutism snuffed out the light of learning. Within a few centuries, the fragile union of these people dissipated like smoke. The time of tolerance was lost forever. Among the many refugees who must now find new homes among the Taifa kingdoms are two young students, one Jewish and one Muslim. One finds tolerance, and the other, persecution. The Jewish student, Samuel ibn Nagrala, travels to the burgeoning Taifa of Malaga in the now fractured Al-Andalus.
He was one of those who fled Cordova because he came from a political family and they were out, so he had to go elsewhere. And there is a story that's probably just folklore, but it's a good story, that he had no way to support himself, so he got a job working in a grocer's shop. Well, in Malaga, he would have encountered all kinds of Arab intellectuals, and apparently it was possible for Muslim and Jewish and Christian intellectuals to interact.
But in his new city, Ibn Nagrala does not forget his beloved Cordoba. He laments the loss of his home in his poetry. Exile is ink in God's book, across my soul and every shore, and all on whom wandering is written are driven like Jonah and scavenge like Cain. The Muslim student, Ibn Hazm, wanders the broken land of Spain, moving from patron to patron, hoping to continue his learning in a life without conflict.
As a young man, he wrote a really remarkable book called The Neckring of the Dove, which is a book about love. He talks about love at first sight. He talks about how to recognize whether people are in love. He talks about the butterflies in one's stomach when one gazes upon the person that they love.
In his youth, Ibn Hazm proves to be idealistic, hoping that someday unity will return to his homeland.
He was a royalist, if you want. He wanted to bring back the caliphate. And he would go to any general who claimed he was fighting for the restoration of the caliphate. So, but of course, his choices were always poor. He always went with the weak side.
In his writing, Ibn Hazm mourns the security lost in the Civil War. I see before my eyes the destruction of that noble citadel, which I had once known as beautiful and prosperous, in the stable, well-ordered atmosphere in which I had grown up. Its courtyards, once full of people, now empty. With the fall of Cordoba and the rise of the many smaller Taifa kingdoms, each local ruler must compete for power, setting the Muslim leaders at odds with each other. This is the political landscape in which the Jewish Ibn Nagrallah and the Muslim Ibn Hazm must now survive.